Annyeonghaseyo!
Konnichiwa!
My name's Hannah.
And my name's Katie.
And we are HNK Drama.
So today we're going to do our first review of a K-drama. It's one we've both seen, so we're reviewing it together. We'll probably do separate reviews in the future, but when we've both seen a drama and would like to discuss it, we will be doing videos together.
That also applies to anime. And
everything we're reviewing.
So today we're reviewing Secret Garden. I watched all of it in like 48 hours. It's a really, really good drama.
It's kind of considered to be a newer classic. It's not especially old. I believe it came out in 2010.
Yeah.
But it's considered a classic by many people for a good reason. It's very
well done.
Well done, great acting, great scripting and music and soundtrack. And if you haven't watched K-drama before, it will get you into K-drama. I watched Secret Garden a little bit before Hannah, and I was like fangirling over it. I was telling everyone to watch it, and they were like, "You're weird." And then Hannah comes along, and she had watched the Big Bang parody of Secret Garden.
Yeah. Big Bang, if you don't already know, is a K-pop group, and they've done 4 or 5 parodies of different dramas, and this one of Secret Garden was hilarious. You can find it on YouTube. We'll link it down below. But basically, I saw that before I had watched the drama, and I was like, I kind of want to watch it, just to see like how accurate it is, and because parodies are always more fun once you've seen the actual show.
Pretty much, she Snapchatted me, it's like, "Hey, I'm watching this parody of this drama called Secret Garden." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Hannah, you need to watch Secret Garden! Watch it now!" So we're going to do this review into 2 parts. First, we're going to do a synopsis and a non-spoiler section to kind of describe what it's about for those of you who haven't seen the drama. And then we're going to go into spoilers and talk about our favorite parts and all of that. Basically, Secret Garden is about a stunt woman named Gil-ra-im and a very rich inheritor of a department store named Kim Joo-won. And they cross paths and they switch bodies.
It is hilarious. Like, the amount of secondhand embarrassment I got from this show, I had, at some points, I had to literally pause the show and just walk out of the room because I couldn't handle how ridiculous and just awkward all of these situations were.
Basically, we get to witness and explore into their lives and really get to see the development between the two accepting each other, even though they're from very different parts of society. While Gil-ra-im is very poor and Kim Joo-won is very rich.
And that's kind of a major part of it, is like, he's never really been around people of the social class before, so like there's a lot of kind of fusion of just cultural experiences and that sort of thing.
Not only are the main characters of this drama fantastic, but the side characters are amazing. You're just as invested in their stories as the main characters and the main plot line. So it's very enjoyable to watch. We will leave the link to the drama down below, by the way. We'll do that for all our videos. They're all on Drama Fever. It has a very high rating, great soundtrack.
The soundtrack is amazing. It's so catchy and just wonderful and just perfectly fits what's ever going on in the drama. It's great.
So, if you haven't seen Secret Garden, go watch it now. Please.
Go away.
Please.
It's not that we don't like you, but we don't want to spoil you, because if you got spoilers for this, it'd be very sad.
So if you haven't watched it, go away and watch it now, and then come back and enjoy the spoiler section once you've watched it.
Goodbye, people who don't want to be spoiled. Welcome back for all of you that are here and want to see spoilers, because you've already seen Secret Garden. And if you're here and you haven't seen Secret Garden and you just want spoilers anyway, shame on you.
This review will be interesting because Secret Garden was Hannah's first drama, and I've watched quite a few already, so I kind of knew what to expect while she was going into it fresh and had never seen anything before, so we're going to kind of have dual perspectives. Personally, having seen dramas in the past, I was very excited to watch Secret Garden because from the very beginning when Gil-ra-im shows up and she totally kicks butt at everything,
like,
and she's amazing.
She walks into frame and you're like,
that
she's
girl's
a boss.
cool.
Like, because she's a stunt woman and everything, it's just like, motorcycles.
It was awesome because in a lot of dramas, female main lead is not like that. I mean, she's a likable character usually.
Strong female characters for the world.
But it was nice for a change because I've been watching a lot of like high school dramas, very comedy romance.
I mean, Secret Garden is a rom-com, but it's different.
Yeah, it has a very different feel to it. It almost seems more mature than many of the high school-ish dramas. And I think a big part of that is because the two main characters are adults.
I don't watch a lot of just TV in general because my problem is TV is eventually I just kind of get bored of it and like I'm not really that invested in it, you know? It's just spread out over such a long period of time.
Same.
And it's like all these shows I used to like, I just don't care about anymore, and I have a hard time with, like, committing to TV. That's why I prefer movies, because they're shorter, and, you know, once they end, and it's way easier. I didn't know how to feel about watching, like, a Korean drama, because I'm not a TV person in general. I was very pleasantly surprised. I just kept wanting to watch more. It was so addicting, and I'm not a big crier, like, for anything, books, movies, TV, anything like that. I don't generally cry a lot, but this show made me cry. That's a good sign, maybe. It just shows how much, like, how good it is and all that sort of thing.
I have to say the same. I don't watch a ton of TV. I watch, like, all my shows online. I watch all my anime and drama online. When I discovered it, it was like, whoa, I can just marathon all of these and stay invested, and it goes by quickly. And Secret Garden had a very nicely paced plot. It wasn't too fast, but wasn't too slow.
It wasn't too slow either, yeah. I was worried about that at first.
All the different plot lines that came and tied together, they were all interesting. Asuka and his adventures, Kim Ju-won, Secretary Kim, spirit animal.
Okay, Secretary Kim, he literally has the best facial expressions in the entire show, because I was, like, Snapchatting while I was watching it, and, like, kept taking pictures of his face. He's so hilarious. He's so expressive. I can't even. Secretary Kim. I also love Asuka, though. At first, I was like, he's kind of a jerk. But then, as the series progresses, you get to see so much more of his character development. And at first, he was kind of like a jerk.
He was a pop star.
And then you figure out kind of the history he's had with Yoon Sol. It's not very often that you see people that are just, like, friends with girls in TV shows. And he's really just a good friend to Gil Ryan. He does kind of try and take her away from Kim Ju-won, but I feel like
to annoy Kim Ju-won.
Yeah, it's more to annoy him than it was anything else.
He is one of my favorite second male leads. Not only because he actually got a happy ending, we're going to discuss his ending eventually, also because he wasn't trying to steal the main girl, which is what happens in countless Korean dramas, and he wasn't annoying, but he was supportive of the main characters. Sol is one of my favorite second female leads. Hannah disagrees, but we'll talk about that. I've watched a lot of dramas where the second female lead is so annoying and vicious, and I just want to kill them. Not these two, and I really appreciated that. And Gil Ryan's friend and Secretary Kim as well, because they were kind of second lead characters or side characters. Their storyline was both investing
and they were interesting.
And they weren't annoying.
Like, they weren't boring either. Like, sometimes sometimes there'll be parts of shows where, like, it'll go kind of between, like, side characters, main characters. Like, don't really care about the side characters that much. But they weren't boring at all. They were just so hilarious and awesome.
Besides being a romance, Secret Garden was absolutely hilarious. As Hannah already said, she had to stop and, like, take a moment.
The awkwardness.
Because it's both funny, but it's so awkward because, you know, the two main characters switch bodies.
How awkward would that be? Okay, my thought, honestly, what if she would have got her period while he was in her body? Like, how would that have happened? Obviously it didn't. But how does that... I thought the part... Okay, when they're in the hot tub. So Asuka's in the hot tub, and then Gil Ryan in Kim Ju-won's body, like, walks out with the towel pulled up to here, and, like, screams when she sees Asuka naked, because they're trying... Okay, they don't want anybody to know, but at the same time...
There were situations like that, and even when Gil Ryan woke up in Kim Ju-won's body and she was sleeping next to Asuka, and she's like, is this a dream? It's a beautiful dream.
Okay, another part that I really liked, and it's kind of weird, but it's when they're filming at the department store.
Yes.
And Gil Ryan was getting, like, yelled at by the director or whatever, and it's the first time that she really realizes who Kim Ju-won is, because before that she thought he was a homeless bum. That moment for me was just one of my favorites, because it just was so, like, wonderfully filmed, and just the music was perfect, and it was just like, finally, I was waiting for her to figure out who he actually was.
It was things like that were perfectly paced. They weren't drawn out. They came at, like, the perfect time.
They came when they needed to.
That's one of the things that made this drama so great.
Another thing I appreciated is that they eventually told Asuka and the director, like, what was happening. Because I feel like a lot of those shows where there's, like, switching bodies, nobody ever finds out. How could that happen to you, and how could you not want to tell someone? Especially if they're people that are important in your life and need to know, like, what's going on and that sort of thing, you know?
I appreciate that they believed them as well, because that could have just gone terribly wrong and caused drama. But they accepted it, and they were kind of confused, but...
Obviously, I would be confused. And obviously it's so weird to be talking to your friend in your cousin's body. I mean,
they were so
awkward
uncomfortable.
For them.
Besides being funny and, you know, having some touching moments, this drama...
Feels.
Give you all the feels.
But it's not like overbearing, like it's not like angst in your face. It's there when it needs to be.
The thing is, Hannah and I were Snapchatting each other while we were watching the drama.
So we could see each other's reaction.
It was great. Like, episode 17, the car crash.
See, what's terrible about it is not so much that it's a car crash, because obviously, you know, that's awful. And if, you know, that happens in a lot of movies and K-dramas, food and car crashes. But, like, Gil-raim, she's a stunt woman. Like, this is her life. She doesn't have a family. She doesn't have money. There's literally nothing else that matters to her as much as her work, being a stunt woman. And if she were to come out of that, like, disabled or in a coma, like she was, that's her dream. Especially to be in a Hollywood movie. Like, that's what she wanted to do. And if she were to be disabled and have to live on without being able to do that work, it would just be devastating.
And I was really hoping that Kim Joo-won wouldn't blame himself, since he's the one who helped her get the role for the Hollywood movie. Then when he wrote the letter, he was gonna switch their bodies.
Yeah. I heard that the actor actually wrote that letter. Don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, it's just even more feelsy.
It wasn't like very angsty, as in like, oh no, everything's gonna go terribly and this is gonna be very petty drama. It was
like they actually had feelings for each other.
I think it again goes back to, this is a more mature drama, not as in like there's content younger people shouldn't see or anything, but the way it was handled, it was very real and well done. And when he took her into the rainstorm...
Okay, I didn't cry at that part.
I got some tears.
I mean, I was a little, like, watery-eyed.
I didn't sob.
But the part where I cried at was when Kim Joo-won was having kind of his flashbacks, where he finally, like, has his memories about the accident that happened when he was 21, how Gil-raim's dad went in to save him and ended up dying. I don't know what, but I had like something around my eyes. I don't know if it was makeup or like face wash or something. So when I started crying, my eyes started burning. And then I started crying because my eyes were burning. So I had to pause and run to the bathroom and wash my face before I could come back and continue crying. My dad is a fireman. Like, he's done stuff like that before, and it's just really terrifying. He's a battalion chief now, so he doesn't go into burning buildings necessarily. He's still like the kind of person that has to make the calls of whether to go in and save someone's life or to not, and it's just, it hit me in the feels.
My dad isn't even a fireman, and I felt so much. The tears were real. I didn't even know it was coming, and it just came. Like, couldn't contain myself, and it was like 2 a.m. and tears were just streaming down my face. I'm sitting alone in my room and trying to stop it.
And like the fact that Gil-raim's dad, like, saved this man, like, literally gave up his own life for someone he didn't even know, and even though he has, like, a daughter and everything, just, Then the fact that Kim Joo-won eventually falls in love with her is just, like, comes full circle.
I thought it was very well tied together, the whole ending, and it was very impactful how they, you know, they ended up together even though Kim Joo-won's mother didn't approve,
and
as
he was
most
kind of a
K-drama
stalker
moms
at the beginning,
do.
but he wasn't really a creepy stalker.
It was just like, he kind of was
Because I had a
curious
creepy
about this
stalker
girl.
before, and Kim Joo-won was not a creepy stalker.
But just, it tied together so well. Everyone mostly had a happy ending. But one person.
So basically, I called this character Sassy Kid. Is his name Han Tae-sol?
Something like that.
He was the
Asuka's
kid that
manager
had, like, the
slash
reddish kind of hair.
The guy Asuka was trying to recruit.
Yeah, I didn't like his ending. I liked him and Asuka together better than Asuka and Yoon Sol, but that was just me.
And again, I liked Sol just because she was so great compared to other K-drama second female leads.
I just kind of felt like there wasn't a lot of closure with him, though, because, like, he leaves, and then, like, there's never any, like, 5 years later flashback.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know, like, where did he go in the music industry? Like, did he find someone?
I would have been interested to see that.
He was a side character, I forgot to mention earlier, that I really liked. He was so sassy.
The overall ending, it's one of the best K-drama endings I've ever seen since I've watched quite a few K-dramas at this point. Many of them are very open-ended and they don't really have anything wrapped up. Boys Over Flowers was okay, Personal Taste was okay. There were other ones that were terrible, and you get to Secret Garden and it's perfect. Everything's wrapped up besides Sassy
I mean, you
Kid.
still want a little bit more,
Yeah.
but it's not like it leaves you so open-ended.
Basically, the whole last episode was dedicated to an ending with the closure of Gil-Ryan ending up with Kim Ju-won and getting married and having kids.
3 kids.
I loved the way they treated their kids. It was so funny.
No, I get to sleep with her.
Kim Ju-won just pushing his kid back in the bed. It was beautiful. Secretary Kim finding the bottle he sent to the one chick.
Okay, that scene, I was like, that is highly unlikely, but it's adorable.
It's Drama Land logic, and I was just dying at that part.
When he bought the boots for Ah Young, and he's just like, they'll keep your feet warm.
I really love them as well, and I'm glad we get to see that they were still together. And Asuka and Sol, even though, like, it could have gone another way, at least they did get closure.
It was good that they kind of, like, fixed their history, because there was, like, so many misunderstandings in their past and just problems. What's your favorite line in the show? Because I know what mine is.
One of my favorite lines was when they were walking on the porch at the very end, Kim Ju-won and Gil-Ryan, and she like narrating, life is like a secret garden, blah 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 blah, and sometimes you hope for some magical rain. I really like that as far as serious time goes. It was like the perfect coming together ending line, and I also really liked my talent is making a lot of money and my hobby is spending money. Way to introduce yourself, Kim Ju-won.
My favorite quote is, "Don't say hi to me, it's disgusting," courtesy of Asuka. But he's talking and he's like, "I thought I was the equal of Big Bang." Oh, I really liked during the concert where he's like, "I appreciate you guys coming to the concert instead of watching the last episode of Secret Garden."
Where they all become self-aware.
I love also Secretary Kim, the line where he's talking to Ah Young and he's like, "I bought you boots so you won't be too cold," or something. One where he was talking to Kim Ju-won and he's like, "You're evil-minded beepity beep beep in a crappy seat."
We really enjoyed Secret Garden. If you haven't watched it and watched this,
to have watched it. If you
go watch it. We'll leave the link down below if you want to rewatch it.
Also, the Big Bang parody, which is hilarious. They use the official soundtrack. They have some of the exact same sets. They have
costumes.
The sequin tracksuit and top plays
Kim
Ju-won and G-Dragon
is
plays
G-I-M.
Yeah, and it's just really well done. It's like 18 minutes long. English subtitles. We'll link it down below.
Hilarious. Go watch it. If you've watched the drama, or even if you haven't, you will
even
definitely
if you
appreciate
watched drama,
it.
It's pretty hilarious. I think that's all for today. We will see you soon with some more videos. Be sure to comment below, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Goodbye.
Peace out.